Hello everyone. Welcome to a new game that I'll be playing on this channel. Originally, today I was going to record one of the many social deduction games I'd grab and play with my friends. But a lot of them are busy today, so it's late, and I'll be playing a different game of deduction. This one is single player. It's a game I found on Steam that sounded pretty interesting to me. Miss Director. I don't know anything about this game, but I'm interested to see where it goes. Love the music. So, let's start. Would I like to enable safe mode? No. Nope, let's have that intro. Patricia had arrived just after sunset as a thick fog rolled in. The night air was chilly, and dark clouds loomed overhead, threatening rain. She'd had a knot in the pit of her stomach the entire drive, and the haunting atmosphere wasn't helping. She'd spoken with Miss Josephine Volante on the phone. The woman had explained she was a director fresh out of film school who was interested in hiring Patricia to play the leading lady in her first real motion picture. The whole ordeal was sketchy as it gets. Josephine asked her to come late in the evening, alone, to a mansion in the middle of nowhere. But Patricia still needed this gig if she wanted to keep the lights on and herself fed. So, despite her better judgment, she had come. The director was friendly, but something felt slightly off about the way she smiled. Like she was excited about something. She couldn't tell. This didn't ease Patricia's anxiety. She welcomed Patricia warmly, offering some tea and a seat on one of her overstuffed couches. For only being an up-and-coming director, Josephine seemed fairly well off. They discussed what part Patricia would play in the film, and Josephine gave her the script. Patricia looked it over between sips of bitter tea and making mental notes of its cliches. Miss Volante started out asking fairly standard questions, asking about Patricia's previous work and her experience as an actress. Patricia listed off some of her previous starring roles, have to say that again, mentioning some of her well-known co-stars. However, it wasn't long before the subject began to shift. The director asked if she was easily scared. Patricia assured her she wasn't. She followed up her question asking if Patricia believed in ghosts. Patricia didn't entirely know how to respond. What did this have to do with the script? The director had described her film as a murder mystery, not a horror. The director seemed to pick up on Patricia's slight confusion, so she reworded what she'd meant to ask. After someone dies, what do you think happens to them? Are you afraid of what comes after death? Patricia gave her a look, hoping the director was just kidding around. Maybe she was reading part of the script. Miss Volante stared at her intently, waiting for an answer. The question was serious. Patricia averted her gaze, taking a long sip of her tea. She'd pondered for a moment if her tea was poisoned. Considering she was still alive after drinking at least half of her cup, it was safe to say that her tea was devoid of any arsenic or cyanide. The questions got increasingly worrisome. How close are you to your mother? Do you have a significant other by chance? Do you worry about those who you love missing you? Patricia continued sipping at her tea, to give herself excuses not to answer the uncomfortably specific questions. The director assured her she was just curious, trying to make conversation, but Patricia still didn't answer. The conversation shifted back to the script at hand. The director insisted Patricia stay the night to learn her script and audition properly in the morning. It was a strange request, to say the least, but she accepted regardless. She wanted to decline, but she knew full well that telling her future employer no could jeopardize the whole affair, and Patricia wasn't willing to make that gamble. She had a low chance of survival either way. It sounds like you have a very interesting plot planned. Tell me again how you got this all past the production code. Not that I have any issue, it's just that it's a touch graphic. As it turns out, the Hays Code is much more forgiving to violence as long as the perpetrator is punished in some way by the end. So I can include as graphic a murder scene as I like. As long as there's little to no bare flesh, obviously. It's odd, really. They didn't even mention the dismemberment scene, and yet a side character's dress being above the knee was unacceptable. That sounds a bit much. What was that? It's just that I'm familiar with their peculiar standards. I'm sure the film will captivate audiences regardless. I'm glad to hear you think so. My professors didn't think as much, unfortunately. I don't know what made them think they could teach at a film school. They gave my half-wit classmates passing grades even though their assignments were so laughably predictable. So mundane. And then they had the audacity to fail me, of all people. Can you believe it? Waste of time and money. Yes, no doubt about it. Not to be a bother, but I'm not feeling too well. Could you point out the restroom for me? Ah, sorry about that. Hopefully we'll be feeling better before we begin filming. Jesus, I can't speak. Just behind me, in the door to the right. That's the bathroom. You can't miss it. Thanks. Okay, so these are both female characters, so I'm gonna struggle with their voices if I even tried to. So I don't think I'm going to, especially with how tired I am. This lady's head turned as we walked, didn't it? No. What's this on the ground? Looks like someone left their room key behind. I should probably leave it alone. I disagree, but alright. It's a coat closet. I want to examine all the areas nearby. It'd be too suspicious to call the police with her sitting right there. Oh, that's true, but I'm not thinking of doing that. Maybe if I sneak back here later. That's what I was thinking. Good. I now know that's an option. I don't know if this is supposed to be a bust of a human-rat hybrid, or if the person sculpting it just didn't know what they were doing. Alright, so, despite not seeing the face, we can tell it's ugly. A poorly sculpted bust of a man. It looks like whoever made it was an amateur at best. I'm willing to bet that a certain Miss Valiente made it. A pretty painting of some flowers. Alright, clock time. 2:34. Must be broken. Stupid, stupid, stupid! Why am I so stupid? I knew I shouldn't have come here, and yet, look where we are. Okay, Patricia, breathe. It's going to be okay. Maybe I'm just overreacting. Sure, she's been creepy since I got here, but being uncharismatic doesn't immediately mean she's homicidal. I just need to get through tonight. Everything will be fine. What? Interesting. Creepy as shit and demon stuff, clearly, but interesting. Ah. Where am I? What happened? And how did I end up in here? The last thing I remember was looking in the mirror, then that thing. Did I dream it? I don't remember going to bed. Either way, I'm not spending another minute in this place. Understandable. It's just an empty chest of drawers. And that's a phone call coming. Maybe a bedtime story would help me sleep. Oh, who am I kidding? Yeah, agreed. That's not what I think. Patricia fixes her hair in the vanity mirror. Hello? Good evening, Mrs. Dahl. Before you could do anything else, could you please tell me what's happened to you so far so I can make you a file? You're in a very dangerous spot at the moment, and it'd be a shame if you died before I could make you one. What? Just what the hell is going on here? Ma'am, and how do you know my name? Or that I was here in the first place? Do you work for the director or something? Mrs. Dahl just... Of course you do. Nobody else would know I was coming. Mrs. Dollimore, this is all very strange, but... Strange? I don't think that even begins to cover it. I mean, it's possible that my tea was drugged, and now I'm hallucinating all of this. Or it could all just be a nightmare. Mrs. Dahl, but that's ridiculous, right? Of course, it is. What am I saying? I knew this was a horrible idea. I mean, who the hell would... I couldn't even read that last part. Patricia! Not to be rude, but could you please stop talking? You're interrupting me. We don't have a whole lot of time. Well, sorry for not being perfectly calm after being kidnapped. Okay, I understand. Please, just work with me for a minute. I promise I'll keep it quick. It isn't safe for you to stay here. That much you already seem to know. The entire mansion is a death trap. If you want to leave in one piece, you'll need to help me and the other spirits trapped here. You help us, we'll help you. Maybe if you survive, you can find a way to put an end to all of this. Do you understand? Sure, okay, I'll bite. But how exactly, what part of not much time do you not understand? You can call me whenever you need through the other phones in the house. I have to go. Before I do, let me save your file. Just as a precaution. But what does that even... Just let me help you. I'll explain later. Fine. I'll let you make me a file. Thank you for your cooperation. Go and push in the book on the bookshelf over to your left and pick up the phone in the next room. Ah, secret lever. A camera pointed at a sizable hole in the wall. Well, this is certainly a room meant to spy on me. That much is clear. Alright. All-seeing telephone girl. You've got some explaining to do. What the hell is going on here? Who exactly are you, and why do you need to save my file? And what does that even mean? Ma'am, please slow down, one question at a time. How do I get out? The only safe way out is through the front door, which has been locked by now. Find the director, you find the key. Find the key, then you're free. Easy. Easy. Right. Any further questions? Yes. Who are you? I'm a phone operator, or at least I used to be one. I was hired on by Miss Valiente as a sort of secretary for a brief period. Nowadays, all the lines to the outside are cut, so the only place I can send calls anymore is inside the mansion. Well, that's inconvenient. And here I was hoping we could just phone the police. But that'd be too easy now, wouldn't it? If I could make calls outside this manor, I assure you I would have called the police a very long time ago. But we aren't that lucky. Fair enough. Though you're dodging my question, who are you exactly? I'm just a helpful phone operator, ma'am. You're trapped here as well, aren't you? Unfortunately. Yes, I'm dead. You are speaking with the deceased over the phone. A real dead ringer. Do you have any other questions? Preferably not about me. What do you need to save a file for me anyhow? Well, I need to know how much progress you've made, and I need to record it. Should a terrible accident occur, I'll have the file for future reference. In case someone else ends up here, and I manage to get in contact with them. Perhaps what you find out while you are alive will be useful to them. That's reassuring, I guess. Any further questions? I got out of the room, just like you said. I'm in the clear now, right? Not quite. You're always in danger as long as you're here, Mrs. Dahl. The director won't let you out of here alive. She never planned to. The director has a myriad of tricks up her sleeve, so it'd be best to keep your wits about you. She can be awfully unpredictable. Any further questions? No. You should be going on your way now, Mrs. Dahl. Please be careful. Would you like me to update your file before you go? Sure. Some rather dull paper flowers. Not good. Huh, this painting looks like it was done by someone different than the others. She's pretty. The face moved. No. No more looking at it. I'll activate a monster. I know I will. It's just a shower. Some half-used makeup. It wouldn't have suited my complexion anyway. Just a sink. Some sloppily painted flowers. Lovely. I will look closer, after all, actually. You seem a tad lost, darling. You've been standing around looking at me for a while now. Oh, I guess I am. You're not the first, darling. Feel free to drop by anytime you need a nudge in the right direction. Will do. So she's a clue board, clearly. Dried blood on paper petals. I think I'll leave that alone. I would much rather we get to investigate that, but you are the boss. Another locked door. It's some sort of weird black ooze coming out from underneath. That is definitely an important place to look at. Ah. Looks like some makeup that has been left behind. I think I'll just shower when I get home. Just a sink. Actually, anything in this? It's a toilet. No. Still think I should check every door. Room 4. Interesting. Room 3. Same bathroom I went in before. Because rooms 2 and 1 are on this side. Continuing down this hallway. It's a locked door with some kind of symbol scratched lightly scratched into the wood above the doorknob. Can I know what symbol? That might give me pointers. No? Alright. Perfect. Room 2. I saw that earlier. Definitely wanted to pick it up. Didn't trust that there was nothing there. I'm going back up to room 2. The door unlocked. Interesting. Some wine bottles left behind. An unfinished love letter, it would seem. How cute. Another vase of plastic flowers. You seem awfully nonchalant about this. Miss Patricia. Miss Dahl. Wait, one of these books is sticking out. Trap finding for the unobservant. Oh wow, real subtle. I bet if I take it out, spikes will come down from the ceiling, or the walls will start closing in on me, or some other horrid cliche. Not yet. We have a nice little phone to call. You seem nervous. Perhaps a book will calm your nerves. Would you like me to save your progress? No, I don't need it. Alright. Damn it, that hurt. But at least I'm in one piece. Container of prop swords and umbrellas. They look cheap and easily breakable. A pile of old boards. A closet filled to the brim with props and costumes. A thin wooden shield mounted on the wall. Must be in some sort of storage room. She must really like flowers. One of the director's cameras, though this one looks pretty banged up. The lens is broken and one of the stand legs looks chewed on. That is interesting information. I really managed to break that with my fall? Maybe you're just a plump woman, Patricia. Did you think about that? Christ, what was that smell? It smells like rotting meat and film chemicals. Of course. Of course it does. Ah, that can't be good. I should probably go hide somewhere. Indeed you should. I know exactly the place. Come on, let me... Oh, come on! That's ridiculous. It wouldn't let me turn over. Now I'm back in time a bit. Well, I didn't really gain any information in any of those rooms that was vital necessarily, aside from talking to this lady, so I'll rush right back through that. There, feel free to stop by. Sorry, yes, I accidentally did that hint twice, I didn't even need it. Oh well. What I need to do is go grab the key, get back into that room, push the book in. I need to check all the items in room 2 again, because I have a certain feeling that this game tracks the information of the things you know. So that love letter, important. Wine bottles, important. Flowers, yes. Talk to the phone. I'll save just in case. Then, one of these books is sticking out. There we go. I'm certain I can hide in that closet. But, let's go through. Smell of rotting meat, of course, yes. Banging ink creature. Well, shit. Turns out I didn't think of the right place to hide, and I would have died regardless. Where would be a good place to hide, then? A locked door. A locked door with no label. Where could I possibly hide if not that room? Perhaps behind the shield? I don't know. I'll have to try out multiple ways. That failed too. Interesting. Oh, it doesn't see me. Interesting. I didn't think that would work, honestly. I figured the prop swords would have helped me. Is it gone? Interesting. I think that means I have to go into the room it came from. I don't like that, but I don't have any other options. A dusty vase teetering awfully close to the edge of the table. Interesting. Pool. I could examine the pool room. A little closet stocked with ratty pool towels. Looks like they haven't been used for a while. This could prove useful. Maybe I'll go swimming another time. Yeah, going in that water doesn't look like it'll be too useful. I don't want to continue down the path of the ink monster just yet. Examining this place could be good, though. Oh, Hydronagia. That has to have an important meaning, but I don't know anything about... floral arrangements. I cannot speak today, can I? The statue of an angel in the middle of the fountain. Looks like it's been here a long time. I have a feeling this place is a lot older than the director. Combination lock. 2:34. That time is of significance. I know that, but I need to figure out what it is significant for. Why would she even hang this up? Probably because she's a sick little woman, but what do I know? Nothing here, which means I probably have to go where that disgusting ink creature is. Some more flowers. These ones aren't all faded and dusty. Odd. That is odd. We need to investigate the nearby area. I need to investigate this nearby area pretty thoroughly. The flowers not being rusted on this side means something significant. The dining room, good place to check. Flowers again. Painted lady. I'll speak to her in a minute. Dumbwaiter is massive. Could probably hold a person if they really tried. Seems a bit oversized for sending just sending dinner upstairs. Well, that's disturbing to hear, because that probably means people are the dinner. A pair of wine glasses, but no wine. How unfortunate. I wouldn't drink anything that you find here, Patricia, if I were you. I'll probably explore more of this area later. I should find a way to save so that I can get back to this point. Need a shortcut? I know this mansion can be quite the trek to get through. Sure. Anything that makes getting from point A to point B sound easier. Okay, sorry about that. So this is a fascinating thing that this painting just let us do. It allows us to fast travel back to locations where we can save. That is immensely useful. Being back in our room, in a way, gives us the opportunity to talk to the phone ghost, which allows us to save our information and continue onwards from where we were. Useful. Anyways, I have a feeling that that's all we're gonna figure out so far. I've got a bit of a profile for things going on. I know the director is evil because we've already got that information from the phone ghost. The painting ghost seems to be our ally to a certain degree. I trust her. And further from that, we know that the director is obsessed with the morbid and cliches, which makes it so that it'll be somewhat easy to track what she's going to try to do to us. The issue for me then, as the player, is how I'm going to find my way through these cliches if I do need to fall into them for the story to progress. Just like how I was wary of the bookshelf the first time we went through it. Although there was the phone that gave me the information that I should do that, or at least implied that I should. And I already have determined that the phone and the painting lady are trustworthy, and the painting lady offers to give hints, so assumedly this won't be too difficult of a game to get through. But it does seem like a fun game, and an interesting game. Anyways, despite my tired voice and lack of any remote attempt at voice acting in this video, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!